right, welcome back to the Quarantine Premier League. We're excited for another Week 2 matchup here between both players who have already played thus far. So let's see where we're at with the standings before we run into this match preview here. So after Week 1 and one match of Week 2, here's where we're at. So we see right now a match off between two and three. Gilligan and Melendez right now are two of just the four players who have secured an outright win in their first week's match, and only separated by that one leg differential there. So not only looking to create points on the board here, but also certainly create some separation between each other. Let's look at how their Week 1 matches went. So we see a good bit of difference in the averages there, largely attributed to some doubling troubles there on the right side of the board. So Sweet Action certainly looked to improve upon that, as we saw Rattlesnake, Jesse Hopper certainly do on his victory over Jaehoon Lim the other day. So with that, the players have already diddled. I think we have an idea of what to expect here. We'll pull up the match view, and at their convenience, they're free to go ahead and shoot them well. Game on, gentlemen.
Thanks, Matt. Shoot well, Jerry.
And we're underway here. So big news from around the PDC. I always like when there's PDC stuff going on during the days when we're broadcasting these, because it gives me a little bit to talk about. So, Big H, Harry Ward, announcing his retirement, if you want to call it that, from the senior tour today.
45.
Big H won a floor title last year in stunning fashion, and he was a player I've been looking out for quite a bit, kind of ever since then. Just really loved his attitude, his style, just the whole way he carried himself was very, very
81.
impressive, especially considering I think he was only like 21 or 22 years old at the time, which means he's only like 22 or 23 now. Anyway, he was talking to Dan Dawson a couple of days ago, was alluding to possibly throwing it in and saying this was his last stint, and he made it official this morning with an announcement through his promotion company, MDA Promotions, and said that's it. He's just wants to step away from the darts. It's kind of not his main love, and he wants to do something else with his life, which I super duper respect him for. So certainly wish him all the best.
81.
Also today, Devin Peterson, the African Warrior, just put in an outrageous performance just all throughout the day. Got all the way to the championship. Was running away with it against the Iceman. And was just looking completely dominant, and then I think just let the occasion sort of get to him a little bit. We've heard Wayne Martle and Dan Dawson and a lot of other folks talk a whole bunch about all of the work that Devin's been putting in over the last 6 to 12 months or so, really kind of dedicating to working on his throw, kind of almost like re-architecting it is the impression I'm getting. And we're starting to see that pay off just in spades. And here it seems like it was an issue of just the mental side, but I'm very confident he will take away a huge positive from that experience today and come in stronger tomorrow for it. I think he's got that head game too. So real exciting stuff from Devin there. And just especially exciting because of how active he is in the kind of darts development in Africa, kind of leading the charge in just growing the sport, growing the community, the awareness around it, and lots to be excited for from him going forward over the next few years here. I think it was Paul Nicholson saying that Devin's been doing a whole bunch of commentary for some of the broadcasts, for some of the TV events these days, and he might have to hang up his microphone because he's going to be on the other side of the camera pretty soon. We're talking about the Grand Prix and Grand Slam.
79.
So 79 leaves Jerry on a bogey finish, cannot take out that 159 despite being so far lower than a 170.
60.
We'll see if he can put some pressure on Mike's 156.
43.
The 156 will not go for Mike. So Jerry can do this with just one treble. I always want to say a single treble, but that's a little bit awkward in context, isn't it? Anyway, 116. 20s or 19s to start. And it's not going to go. Oof. 6 with the first two. Oh, no.
7.
And could not have gone worse for Jerry there. Takes a little bit of pressure off this 128. Mike's probably figuring he'll have 6 at it. Smart to set up first with the 18s. If he misses into the single as he did, he's still on the finish.
56.
Though that miss into the 20 took it off. So with the 109 here for Jerry. Wanted the treble 18 to leave 36.
39.
Another unfortunate setup here. Mike with the advantage. Going triple 12 here. Oh my goodness, that's a flyer. Single 20 for double thereof. Oh, and misses to the right. Single 19 to set up tops when he comes back, if he comes back. Treble 10 here, I think, for Jerry. And I'd be wrong. 66 remaining. Needs that 16 to set up the bullseye shot. Oh, and he's way outside. Oh, my goodness.
22.
Double 20 here for Mike for a very scrappy opening leg. Decent enough first start. Not a bad second, just too low. Double 10 here. Oh,
30.
and he would have much rather missed that double 10 outside than inside, I guarantee you. 16 for double 32 here for Jerry, or for double 16, I mean. Gotta move it way up from that. Unable to.
16.
Just the setup. Double 5 or single 2 here for Michael. You go straight for it, attack it, or split. He's attacking it. I can tell by that pause, that delay. He wants it now. Has to move it down. And he moved it down.
Second dart.
Wow, opening break.
There's
It wasn't pretty, but he gets the leg regardless. So Mike here looking for a hold to complete that break and put Jerry on a real early deficit here. So Mike and Jerry, I'm pretty sure, have some history. I believe they have both played a number of seasons together in Austin's Premier League, the singles league, fashioned after the PDC Premier League, much like Quarantine Premier League is. That's been playing in Austin for with multiple divisions for I don't know how many years, a whole number of years, since before I started getting into the darts. That's for sure. So I wonder if they had some kind of competitive baggage or something. I don't know if they historically have good matches, tough matches. If someone has the edge. If I was more professional, I would have interviewed them and asked them about that beforehand.
44.
But I'm not, so I didn't. So well off the averages we've come to expect from the players here in the Quarantine Premier League. But the night is young, and they're just getting started here.
22.
Plenty of time to bring those up. Hey, maybe we'll see a ton visit this leg. It probably won't be this one.
Oh, yeah. 62.
Well, I wasn't sure if that second dart found the treble. It looked like it might have with the angle. It did. Ooh, great second dart there to find that 57. So it'll be 71 scored there for Jerry.
71.
Staying on pace with Mike here.
Twenty-two.
Setting up, getting focused there on the right side of your board. Ooh, good first start, but the angle might be a little bit flat. It's going to be tough to find an angle there. Oh, well. He found that tough angle. Great third dart to put him in striking distance there for Mike. And he will have 6 darts at the 150, as that single one guaranteed that Jerry would not be able to set up
21.
a checkout on that visit. 6 at 150 here. We'll see if he goes treble 19 for the double 18, or it just goes the more standard 20s path. 20s it'll be, 130 left. Man, a lot of these good darts just finding themselves fractions of a millimeter above that treble wire. Wow, and again threading a needle to find just the ittiest bittiest of space underneath that first dart. My goodness. So I think Mike is going to go 10 here for tops.
41.
And I'd be very surprised if this single 10 didn't hit. Mike does a great job of keeping himself centered. Well, double 15 now. 7 to set up double 4 for his return, which he will. Well, the 6 starts at 150 turned into 9 all of a sudden. Oh no, and he sets himself up on a bogey. He needed to go 18s there to set up 164. Or the 25 to set up 157. But you can't go 60 from 222.
Yeah, no score.
So Mike now 12 from 150 in. But he'll have 3 more.
$78.
Double 4. And another scrappy leg. Double 2 now.
Yeah, 4.
Well, he'd rather miss that last one outside than inside. I guarantee you that. A very real chance. 64 left, 14 for the bullseye. Oh, wow. What a fantastic look. Found that 25 just outside of that 50 ring. This has to go for Mike. A little bit further up. Not that far. So it's going to be a 1 or a 9 for Jerry here. I figure it's the 9 for double 8. I don't know if he's a weirdo like I am. 9 it is, double 8. For the break on back. Not going to happen. The madhouse now for Mike, who is undoubtedly feeling that double pressure. Composing himself 1 up. One up. Ooh, 1 way up. One in or one up again? Oh, one in. Wow.
You scored.
Jeez. Good on Mike for not letting himself
Just give me 1 second,
Get-
Jerry. I gotta refit my charger.
get another visit out to that double one. So while Mike fixes that up, you worry about that becoming like a 90 dart leg or so when they end up on that madhouse. So good on Mike to just end that first turn at the madhouse, not not give Jerry any more chances and cut that thing off right away. Let's get back into the match. Oh no. Nope. Oh, fantastic. We got Mike's boot back. Mike's camera back. A fantastic opening three from Jerry. And we'll see if he can keep that up this leg, as these players have a lot of ground to make up on for their scoring so far. Mike, the only one with a ton so far, and there have been plenty of visits to make them. Well, if Jerry can keep on coming up to the Aki and throwing a single 20 and triple 20, he'll be looking good for this match. Oh, nasty bounce out there from Mike. Not only did it look rough, it sounded rough too. We got all the acoustic resonance from that spider coming out.
$42.
Oh, 38.
He's going to fill it up. No! Tight and nervy, as one might expect, but a fantastic visit from Jerry nonetheless. Not in a mood to have his throw broken here in leg three.
66.
He says, "You know what? I've sampled getting your throw broken. Didn't like it. Didn't like it. We'll see if he's aggressive. Wants the 54 for the bullseye." Well, the 18 level with 86, so he wanted another treble 18 for the double 16, which hopefully we'll be able to see if his camera feed reframes for us here. You know, for some reason, I really felt like that third dart was just going to find its way into that treble 20. But a little bit overcompensating there. That's a single 11 there for Jerry. He's on 63. He used the 13 for the bullseye. He finds it. Just barely. Oh, but then high on the bullseye attempt.
43.54. No. 33.44.
Mike now just trying his best to apply some pressure, but still has work cut out for him to even get into range. He's going to need at least one treble.
57.
He's unable to find it. Oh, Jerry wanted to split the 30. He wanted to go 14 double 8. Misses high into the 9. He's on 21. Figure he'll go 5 16. Oh, and is that a single 12? I think he's on 19 now, or 9 I mean. So he hits the 1 instead of 8, but oh my goodness. A
22.
disaster of a visit for Jerry there. Uh However, there's no way he's going to get punished for it. Great third right there for Mike. Double 4 here for Jerry. Double 2 now. Oh, a little bit outside.
4.
Very real chance here for Mike now. For this 106. Wants the treble 18 now for double 16. It's on. Double 16 for the 106 checkout. Oh, no! Oh, just outside. A little bit low again. You can feel a little bit of tightness in that dart. Jerry inside on the 2. Double 1. He hits it.
Second dart.
Wow.
Nice.
And Jerry's on the board. Rough goings here in these first few legs. I still do expect these players to settle in, though. Oh no, now we're double cropping the boards. Uh-oh.
100.
Good opening darts there from Mike. Ooh, great first from Jerry.
$83.
$57.
$45.
$60.
3 well thrown from Mike there. Averaging about 70 here in his first 9, this leg.
59.
But Jerry not letting too much separation happen.
$60. Good Lord.
Mike doing a good job to clean up the horizontal lines with this throw. Really finding that center target there and just missing slightly high and low of that treble bed.
58.
Brilliant first start in checkout range now. Out of checkout range now. Back into checkout range. Wow.
140.
Not to be outdone. Jerry says, all right, I will come right back at you and make up the whole little 30-point deficit I've had this entire leg. Wow, what a response. Unbelievable. 84 left, treble 20 for double 12. It's in. Oh, I think it's just inside. Oh no! What an incredible opportunity! Oh my gosh, fantastic darts from Mike. Jerry, the 116 is on 16 for tops. Double 20. Oh, come on! Oh, I'm like taking my headphones off of my face because I want to yell into the mic and I know it gets spiky. Double 6 for Mike for a 19 darter. Got to work it in. I don't think that flight should be blocking him right now. Yikes, double 3 now. Awkward. Most awkward shot on the board. Jerry, double 20 here. Nervy, double 10. A little bit outside. He wants that red bit. No, he doesn't.
20.
Hit it, Mike. I don't know if he's going 2-double-2 or straight for it. I really wonder. I think he's trying to decide right now. I don't think he knows. I don't think he expected to come back, honestly. I'm not sure he's happy to come back. Oh, that's just below. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, he's going to bust it or hit the 1 to set up the madhouse. He's just going to... He wants the madhouse. He says, listen, I'll throw 1 dart up and 1 dart in next time if Jerry gives me a chance back. Jerry looking for that red bit, and he finds it. First start. Wow.
First start.
Nice.
Well, first start that visit, we'll say. Not first start. But that is what you say when you step up with 3 in your hand and the first one goes in. Wow, what a great dig back from Jerry to bring it back to even. Let's see where our averages are at. Back up into the 50s now here. And Jerry says, listen,
40.
let's go ahead and skip the ton pluses. I'm going to move right to the ton 40s. Screw your low tons. High tons is where it's at. I think this is going to continue and keep on accelerating throughout the next 20, 30 minutes here. Wow, just a 55? The way those 3 darts were placed? That's unfortunate. That's robbery.
$81. $44.
Mike with a loud exhale trying to re-find his center. Physically on the board and mentally in the headspace between the ears.
60.
$36.
Just missing that treble 20 on the third dart for a 76. So going to need all 3 in a big trouble here to get into checkout range. Not going to happen. Jerry with the advantage, as just a ton 40 would put him on a 160.
80.
Now, 80 with 2 darts isn't bad when you have a nasty deflection with the second. But Jerry will not get into that range. So now Mike just needs a
42.
1 treble visit. And he has effectively taken the throw away from Jerry here. I didn't even really realize that kind of had crept up. So poised in a fantastic position.
Oh, 30.
40.
Primary focus for here, Mike, is 320s to get to a 156. Oh no.
God, 39.
So he wanted the 25 there to leave to make 46, which would have left him on a 170 finish. Bit disappointed to see him target the 18s there. I don't know if that was just a mental slip or what happened.
43.
Come on.
But Mike will be first at a checkout here, barring something absolutely insane. The single 20 will guarantee it.
Huh, 60.
Uh, wow, that first start finding itself below the double 19.
67.
Yikes. Mike on the 117. One big trouble will do it. Not going to happen here. But I think that leaves 56 with that. Yes, indeed. So on a 40, if he comes back, 70. Yeah, he's somewhere in there. He mixed up his subtraction addition, but he was always throwing at the right things and did a great job to set that up. Trouble 18 for the bullseye for Jerry. I can't tell. Oh no, okay, it was not in. It was a little bit low.
It's 40.
So two single 18s there on the 4. Double 20 here for Mike. For the break. That could be a great marker. Just got to throw his second dart into that one. Double 10.
20.
Jerry will have a chance here. Single 16 for double thereof. Oh, it misses. Is that a 7 or a 16? It's a 7, I think.
43.
Yeah, based on the way I was hearing him do that math, I thought that was going to be a funky odd number. Double 10 for Mike. Wow. Good job. Critical break at that point in the match. Players still just hovering right around these 50s here. Not much change from that leg. And I'm going to go grab a drink and then maybe try to fix Jerry's cam, as it looks like it is not going to come back.
Forty-five. 17.
Okay, I'm back. And the other thing you might have noticed earlier is also uh, there's no sweat on the brow here. Got our AC fixed. We are back in business, living like some civilized people here in Central Texas. Oh my gosh, it's so nice to have it back. We can actually start talking about cooking. So we haven't made any food
70.
for like 7 days because we're like afraid to turn on a burner because as soon as we introduce the heat here, it just like adds 10 degrees to the whole place. So, oh, much more pleasant in the booth here this evening. Wow, so there's some decision making from Mike. Very glad to see him do that after I gave him a little bit of criticism for not going for the 25, which now that kind of confirms I think
26.
that was just a mental math mess up going for the 18 instead of the 25. He hit the bullseye with his third dart, but the single 25 there on that last visit would have left him at 170, putting him right into range. Brilliant. Love to see it. I wish we saw it more here in Quarantine Premier League. Matt Creston saying he just realized this was on. That's why you gotta smash that like and subscribe. But I know you do, so it's just an issue of notifications on the phone, which is can be annoying. I know, and I definitely don't blame anyone for turning off all their YouTube notifications. And notifications on the browser. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Forget that.
79.
Absolute nonsense. Single 17 for tops. Oh yeah, indeed. Is that a 51 for 6? Ugh, it is. Is he? Yeah, he just busts it. Great. Oh my gosh. There's no point in setting up 2 from 57 there, especially when your opponent is on a 264. Yikes.
32.
Mike Gilligan, take 2. Let's try that again. 17. There it is. 20. Double 20, I mean. Yikes. I think that treble 17 kind of tilted him a little bit there here. Jerry not worrying about the setup 25 shot with that first start, finding that treble 20. 80 scored so far, looks like. That's a
100.
ton. Little bit of pressure on Mike. Oh, decent dart, just low, double 10. Thought so. Good angle on that one going in. Okay, well, we're above 50 now. So that's nice for both of these players.
85.
And I suspect they will stay there. This doubling is certainly improved, though still off of the rate that these players would like to see and would expect to see. But, you know, I feel like I'm finding myself saying that constantly, and at some point it's just like, Matt, come on, like they're doubling what they're doubling. Get over it. And I need to get over it.
60.
Listen, Jerry, if you find a treble 20 and a single 20 in all these visits, you're going to be happy with the outcomes. We have 25,000 viewers in the chat. Thank you all for showing up and joining us and watching today. Really appreciate it. You are all welcome to believe that if you want to.
60.
This is a leg where it looks like Mike is not going to take the darts away from Jerry here. And you wouldn't expect this sort of deficit after throwing turns of 60, 52, and 60, but here we are.
60.
And Matt was watching some PDC replays. Which replays were you watching? So my highlight matches today were so the preamble to the finals was the semifinal with Joe Cullen and Devin Peterson, who, if you aren't familiar, are like two peas in a pod. My sense of it is that Cullen basically like adopted Peterson. Cullen is a guy like from the UK and throughout the scene and all that.
85.
Kind of took Peterson, this newcomer, not even from the continent, under his wing. I think they lived together for the first like year maybe that Devin Peterson was on tour. And they're practice partners. They throw together practice all the time, just like best of mates, Cullen and Peterson. So it was it was a semifinal to watch. It was awesome because like you figured the numbers were going to be great because I figured they were going to be throwing there like it was like a casual practice match, right? I figured they would play like real comfortable with each other, show each other nothing but respect, and that's certainly what happened. Man, that was just exciting stuff to see. But then that finals was just wild, which I touched on a little bit earlier today. So if you missed the first part of the stream, then certainly go back and listen to my little updates on
71 score.
today's event. Yeah, Matt saying the African warrior took MVG to the woodshed first. My gosh, did he? 6-0. I forget the stats, but there were stats getting flown around about last time MVG was taken out 6-0. Oh no, double five here for Jerry. Wow, great peg. Great hit. Leaving Mike on the big fish there. All right. Well, Jerry's still not with the lead here, but keeping it interesting. Critical that Mike holds here. And if you're just tuning in to the City League Quarantine Premier League for the first time, if you're not familiar with what we're doing, how we're doing it, why we're doing it, let me explain. So these players are playing a game called 501. Both players start with 501 points. The goal is to use all the marks around the board to get your score down to 0.
55.
The trick is that you have to hit your 0. You have to get 0 points on a double. So the double is that outer ring. It's like the topmost part of the board. That little red segment of the 20 is the double 20. So if you have 40 left, you have to hit that double 20. You can't just hit two 20s to win the leg. The leg is a game. So right now we are in the 8th leg of this match. So these players are playing a best of 12 match. So they can draw at 6-6, in which case they will each earn 1 ranking point on the order of merit. Or
45.
one player can win outright by getting 7 legs first, and they will earn both points on their standings. And if you missed it earlier, this is what the standings table looks like. So you see all the players here with 2 points have outright won their first match. The players with 1 point had a draw in their first match, and the players with 0 do not have a match win yet. And that's how we play City League Darts. because that's how the PDC plays Premier League darts, and I'm not creative enough to change it.
$59.
Mike will not be able to get into range on this visit,
Get.
but neither will Jerry.
$28.
Jerry was doing a better job of sticking with Mike until that turn. We'll see if he's let off the hook or if Mike is able to punish him a bit. Needs one more treble to get into range. Oh, just high, but a fantastic visit nonetheless. And a whole bunch of pressure applied now to our West Texas Marauder. Matt reminded me that this is City League where you can go your own way, trademark. And when you're on 40, double 20 is actually not the path. No, it's double 2, triple 6, double 11. No, double 14. Yeah, that is what 40, right? I think so.
62. Good Lord.
Oh, City League, you can go your own way. I don't think these players have been
85.
making me pull my hair yet with most of this decision making. But there's plenty of time for them to go their own way. 121 for Gilligan here. And it's not going to happen, but he has time. 96 left. Wants that treble 20.
45.
Oh, and just a bit low, I assume, on it. So he'll have 76 when he comes back, which he will.
$99.
And that's some pressure. Jerry now ensuring he will have a chance at a double if he just hits 2 singles. It'll be a small double, but it's a double. Oh no. Single 1 leaves 75. Wants a 25 for the bullseye now, Mike. Oh, he wanted to get real aggressive with it and go for the triple 17 for double 12. Misses into that single 3. Oh no, 9. Disaster of a turn. Jerry now 220s would leave the bullseye. Oh, but he just wants it. Double 18. Can he move it down? He's earned it. Oh no, such a
72.
nervy third dart. That is very low. Can Mike punish back? That would have been a critical break for Jerry there had he landed it. I hate the decision going 18's the first start there, but I just love that he hit it. 64 left for Mike now, 14 for the bullseye. For the hold. Oh, well high.
22.
Double 9 now for Jerry. That green bit on the left turn edge of the screen, he's high of it. He's higher of it. He's in it.
18.
Matt asking
They're going through those beers kind of quickly.
about treble paths. So on 78, checkout paths. So on 78, He said he's going treble 14, which is 42, which would leave 36 for a 78. Thoughts? Yeah, that's actually
100.
probably better than the 18s path I've been going my whole life. My thought is that on 78, I might. Oh, right. No, that's why you don't do it. Yeah, so the miss is more favorable to set up a bullseye, but the thing is, if you miss the 18 into the single, you leave 60, and so you can just start with 20 to set up tops. If you leave the 14 into the single, you leave 64, so you need another 14 to set up the
43.
bullseye. So the thing about 78 is, basically anything under 80, right? 80 or
Mike, you hit
lower.
enter?
What's that?
Did you hit enter?
Hold on, just a second. Let me refresh. Oh, yeah. I got taken off the internet. Hold on a second.
All right.
A little silent disconnect there from Mike from the internet for a moment there. So Matt, that's what it comes down to. So basically, if you're on 80 or below, there's literally no excuse not to set up a big double for your out. So that's the difference there.
All right, shit. So to erase my score.
Yeah,
I
40,
remember what I had.
43?
Thank you.
Yeah, so Matt's saying he likes to have that rebound
Sorry.
to
The
the
9
bullseye,
43.
right? So if you miss the 14 in any way, either into the single or high into the 9 or low into the 11,
All right.
you can still hit
There
a
you go.
single, a big single, to set up a bullseye finish. Whereas if you miss the 78 18 shot into the 1 or the 4, then you cannot hit a single to give yourself a bullseye shot. And so that's kind of the rub there, which I get, right? I mean, it's kind of
39.
it's strategic as hell. Um, and the way I think about it is like, as long as you employ a strategy, I'm sort of like I sort of don't mind what it is. I like respect it
60.
for it being just like conscious decision making, right? And then there's the confidence thing of it too, right? Where if you like you're feeling better about hitting the target, it doesn't matter if you actually do hit it better or not, just like that you feel it, it's not for nothing. So yeah, hey, we're in City League here, so what do I feel about 14 on 78? I say go your own way, baby.
41.
Of course, the other interesting thing there is if you miss it on the 9, you're on 65, and then you have the option. You can go 25 for tops and still leave yourself a big double.
100.
And shit, maybe that's kind of, maybe that's why I will actually start going 14s now, because I am a big fan of 25 on 65 to set up 40, regardless of of whether it's first or second dart. Oh, food for thought. Wow.
45.
We're getting to some big brain math here, y'all. Big brain City League.
44.
I think Mike's board will correct, but let me see if I can reframe Jerry's just a little bit.
70.
Oh my God. 138.
All right, hope we get a little bit more of Jerry's board here for y'all. Brilliant. All right, so double eight here for a 19 darter. We've seen chances at 19s and below so far this leg. They haven't converted for a 19 or for a 20 darter. For a 21 darter, double eight. Oh no.
Oh no, 11.
11, but it could be forgiven very easily. White needs 3 in the 20 here.
Come on.
And now he is going to require a treble. He's going to go back up to the 20s now.
40.
Jerry now has to burn a dart to set up the double and risk busting. All of a sudden, that single one becomes very, very, very narrow when you're on 5. Double one. Oh no,
bust.
busts it. You're going to have to burn a dart again next turn. Can Mike apply pressure from 180? Back to 20s again. No, he cannot.
5.
But again, no tall or no small ask here. On the 5. I think, yeah, a little bit high. I mean, a little bit low, excuse me. Oh, and just a tad lower there. Well, at least Jared will not have to burn a dart at a single next visit. If there is a next visit. There is. Great third dart there for Mike, finding some room over top the second. Will it beat you a little too late, though? Double one now for Jerry. Can he use it? He cannot. 20 now for Mike for tops. For just another scrappy, scrappy leg. Is in. The double 20 is low. Double 10.
Like 40.
The double 10 is not in the neighborhood. Double 2 for Jerry here.
Bust. I had a fresh freaking dart.
Just inside double 5. Yes, I thought that was in there. Darn near that double 20. Just on the left side of that wire. So Mike here now can hold to guarantee himself 1 point. To guarantee that the worst he could do would be a 6-6 draw. But you know he's going for full 2. And that would be a big take for him against Jerry here.
Golly, 28.
Yeah, Matt Creston in the chat saying this is tight. Oh,
Oh my God,
gosh, it
121.
so is. Just like that third dart. Very tight third dart there. The thing is, when your first two are in the treble 20, you can sort of afford that at this level.
100.
45.
Wow, I can't believe this. We are 9 legs in here, and we have had 2 checkouts of 40, 2 checkouts of 20, 3 checkouts of 20. Everything else below. Surprising. We've had misses at ton plus checkouts for sure. We've had a double or two not go.
$81.
But not a single combination finish to speak of here. Ooh, that's a first start for Mike. He needs one more, though, to get into range. Oh, he found it. Wow, great visit there. Fantastic job putting the pressure on Jerry here.
62.
66, hopefully he realizes. So he puts in 52. That's all sorts of not correct. I don't know how that ended up being a 52. That was absolutely a 66, but I don't know.
89.
$40.
Treble 13 here for double 12 for Mike. I think that's a 13 that leaves 53. I mean, that leaves 50. So 10 for tops for the hold. Oh, great effort. But Jerry cannot take out this 162 as it is a bogey. So Mike will come back, and you're sure he's already preparing himself mentally for that visit, for that step up to the Aki, to lift the elbow, lift the arm, stare down that little red badge at the top.
28.
Draw your elbow back and just release that dart right into it. Now work it down below that flight, because a hit on that flight would be viciously deflective. Oh, and too high on all. Still a tall ask on the 134 for Jerry. We'll see if he goes 54 tops, or he wanted the 2 treble 19s that leave 20. 40 scored, it looks like, with the first two. 58 there.
58.
Tops here for Mike. Again. Yes, and thank him, and I am going to use the restroom real quick. What a fantastic finish of the 10th leg there for Mike. Jerry now has got to get 2 on the trot to salvage this match and earn a point from it. That's the best he can hope for. We'll see what kind of starts he gets off to.
$55.
100.
$45.
100.
90.
$59.
100.
$60.
41.
81.
'Oh my gosh. 28.
41.
79. Well, that's not right.
Shot, second dart.
There you go. Good game.
All right, cheers. Good game, Jerry.
Oh wow, great. So I've been commentating that whole time, and until I forgot to turn my mic back on, and now I'm trying to mute the players here. All right. So there we have it. Both players did a great job to get back over those averages from that first leg or two. We were kind of stagnating around. Uh-oh. Lost my camera here. No, we're fine. So stagnating around the that kind of mid 40s average area. Did a great job to bring those averages back up. Doubling still never totally got there. I'm sure they're both frustrated. Both players were scoring down and getting into double looks, or at least setup looks around their sixth or seventh, sometimes eighth visit, but usually kind of six or seven. But then it was taking them until the ninth, 10th, or 11th visit to get through the door here. If I can't see the leg counts here for all these legs, but certainly a lot to improve upon, but also a lot to be happy for as we take a look at our updated standings here. So there we go. So Mike has jumped up there with those two clear wins, so full 4 points. That's the most points anyone can have at this point through 2 weeks in the season, and that +6 leg differential will certainly be helpful as well. I mean, if you can average a 7-4 victory throughout the season, that's going to be certainly plenty to put you in a dominant place to get in the playoffs, possibly with that top seed, and put the pressure on everyone else and kind of make folks know that you're the big boss around. So We still got Shenandoah Slinger here. Kenny Johnson in that 2 spot has yet to play this week. In fact, I think he might actually have a bye, so maybe he won't be playing this week. I think that's the case. Meanwhile, that number 3 spot, Jesse Hopper, has played his match for this week, so earning that 2 points here in that match. So we'll see how the rest of the week goes with all these players shaking out. As always, you can follow the action here on YouTube, and we'll post all of the match updates, scheduled times. You can find it here, and we'll take one more look at the match summary. So you get both players turning on that scoring toward the end, and in the end, it was just sweet action with the timing, just finding those doubles before Jiro was able to. Everyone had chances. Mike got through it first. As always, thanks you all for tuning in. We'll catch you all next time.